Ron wants peace and quiet, and Carrie needs to be close to Tampa. And I'm the guy in the middle. I'm here to help them navigate their move from Washington State all the way to Tampa, Florida. And we're gonna look at everything from 55 plus communities, resale opportunities, and even some new builds. So let's jump in and go for this ride together. With Carrie's new job transfer to Tampa, Tampa is kind of a must. Bradenton is also highly desirable because of Ron's recent lifestyle change. And Ron, with golfing, fishing, plus some business dealings he's got in Bradenton, that might be a good location too, but considering both of those and the drive times and the commutes, we really should look at Parrish or Apollo Beach. I think Parrish is a little too far. Let's get into Apollo Beach. So now you know a little bit what they're looking for. Let's go on together and see if we can see anything just looking at their favorited. And once we get there in person, we can probably make some better decisions. We need to get them here to Florida to take a look. But we're gonna go on site here in a minute, and I'm gonna show you some really incredible new communities to check out. So let's pull up a 515 in Bloomingdale. All right, nice house. Nice house, 515. It is a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,410 square foot. Lease option fell through, it's back on the market, 2,400 square feet. They're looking to sell it. It is in Valrico. I'm a big fan of Valrico. There's a lot happening in Valrico with the new Whole Foods getting built. And this is, yeah, it's got a pool. It's 515 with a pool, with a lanai, and it's a nice looking home. It is definitely a nice looking home. It might not have that open concept that they want. Knowing them, talking to them, I think they would want to tear down that wall right there, but you wouldn't have a place to put a fridge. So we're gonna have to, I don't know. Oh, okay, that's a nice room. Looks like some real wood floors, maybe. If it's real wood, that's unique to Florida, but it could be laminate. It actually looks like real wood. So overall, nice property, maybe a little dated at 515, but hey, you just never know. All right, one more. Let's go to 499. All right, this is gonna take me out of my comfort zone a little bit. This is in Tampa, Canterbury Lake, and all right, very pretty home. What neighborhood is this? This is a 4-bedroom, 2-bath pool home. Desirable Canterbury Lakes. Okay, yeah, Canterbury Lakes neighborhood. It's a Pebble Tech pool, resurfaced in 24. New water heater, new roof, 2-year-old roof at least. And overall, nice looking home. And how much is it? It's $499. It's right in the sweet spot, exactly what Ron wants. So this might be a contender, as long as the numbers make sense for them. But overall, I believe they have to sell their house first, and then this home, because it is nice and it is presented well. The market's a little slower right now, but I don't think it will be on the market when they're ready. So on a resale, it's tough to time this. We have to make sure that the timing is right, where we can find something that's adequate without them settling. And now if they go to a new build, it's easier. They can figure out the timing, we can coordinate it, and it can get all done. I've never had one not get perfectly timed from somebody, from selling to buying and taking possession of the new home. So a little bit more challenging, a little bit many more hoops to jump through, but it is possible. So hopefully they sell their home in Washington State, then we can go shopping with cash. And in today's market, we can negotiate pretty good. So let's get out on the site. So it dawned on me, it clicked. When I started looking at the map, looking at drive times and locations and what their floor plans were versus price point, this is it. This might be it. Now, there is a special surprise coming up after this that might really be the cherry on top. But right now, Cardell and David Weekley, I believe those are the floor plans that are gonna best suit Ron and Carrie. They're the open floor plan. They're looking for a large island. They're looking for a door that opens up to the lanai. And they just want that feeling of a 2,000 square foot home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath-ish with an office, ideally. So this might work. Location works. Price point, up in the air. Lots, we don't know. But we're gonna go in, we're gonna take a look at the plat map, take a quick peek at the floor plans to see if those work right now. Ron and Carrie reached out to me from Washington State, and they're making this big lifestyle change and big move from Washington State to Tampa, Florida. They found me on YouTube and felt that maybe I was the best person to help them along their journey. Now, Ron is recently retired from the car business, so he wants that slower paced lifestyle, maybe some golfing, maybe some fishing, while Carrie is still working. So we gotta pay really close attention to commute times because Carrie has to drive into downtown Tampa. So that's number one on our list, but that's not the only thing on our list. This is what they're looking for. Proximity to downtown Tampa, proximity to Bradenton, because Ron has some friends and some business that he does in Bradenton. A pool. A pool is a must, or a clubhouse. 55 and over is possibly on the radar. It doesn't necessarily have to be a 55 and over community. Under 500,000 and low to no CDD is preferred. So they don't want the HOA, the CDD, they don't want all these fees, but the neighborhoods that they're looking for, whether it's a resale or a new, they're gonna probably have those fees. So we're gonna get as close to all of these requirements as possible, and you're gonna be along for the ride. I think this is gonna be a good fit for them. They're looking for around 2,000 square feet.
Okay.
They're also looking for 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Really the open floor plan. So their big concern was, as long as, if it is a 1-story, as long as it's backing to another 1-story.
Okay.
And that's a different builder, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so they would have to just go out on site and look at it, because they don't want to look in. Yeah. They don't want people looking into their pool.
And it's going to block a lot of sunlight as well if it's a little bit higher. So I mean, I would say these three. This is going to be the amenity center. So I don't know how they would feel about being close to the amenity center.
Where's the amenity center here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
It's not complete yet, but they're still building it. So that's going to be our biggest size lot right now. I think that one.
But that's going to be backing right up to it.
Right.
Right. Okay. I'll take the information. I definitely appreciate
it.
it.
Put the site map in there as well, so you can kind of.
Yeah, we're narrowing it down to try to satisfy what they're looking for. You know, he wants to be in a certain price point. She likes the idea of new. I think he likes the idea of new too. But CDD fees do make a difference, because they're going to end up paying cash. Just some details.
Are they 100% set on building from dirt, or do you want me to throw in the quick move-ins as well?
They're 100% set on building from dirt.
Sounds good.
Zach, we're gonna do a quick walkthrough.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you. Thank you, and you got my card, right?
Yes, sir. Got it right.
All right. Do I have your card? There you go. Is that Zach Farrell?
Staple it to that folder.
It's so funny, Farrell. All right, brother. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna look in here. So far, my guess is for them, based off what they told me, this could probably be configured a little bit different. This is just one of their floor plans here. Another thing that they mentioned is they really like the idea of the island facing out, having that view. I don't know if any of these floor plans that we look at today are going to have that, but still, this is the open floor plan, this open concept that they were feeling. And this is an extra nice door wall. The size of this door wall is, again, appealing to them because they want that outdoor lifestyle. They want that outdoor feel. But of course they want a pool. And from the looks of it, we might be a little bit out of the price point here if we add the pool. But we'll see. Here's what's neat about this community, though, specifically, is you have multiple amenity centers, multiple pools, multiple options. So whether or not that's attractive to them, I don't know yet. I got to dig a little bit deeper with them to see if they're going to want to be part of that. This is not an age-restricted community. This particular community is of all ages, and probably a lot of activity, a lot of energy in the neighborhood, probably a lot of community events. But they did have an interest in 55 and over. So I don't know if it's going to work for them at all, but let's still look at another floor plan real quick just to take a sneak peek. Maybe I'll send them these videos, and then I got a little surprise here after that, and we'll see if that one works for them too. All right, we're gonna come in here and we're gonna see if Kevin's in today. No Kevin today? No Kevin today?
No.
All right, you're Justin?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Justin, how are you?
Real well.
Yeah, we're just out here searching for a client real quick.
Perfect.
Cool. So I've been in here before. I've been in this particular model. I've dealt with Kevin before. He's a great sales guy. And most importantly, we're looking at what lots are available that will best fit Ron and Carrie's situation. So considering I know a little bit about these lots, this area here, this is Jensen. And Jensen is a main entry into the neighborhood. Anything you see with red, green, or blue are the Cardell homes. There are other builders that are in the non-specified areas here. But this, pay attention to this one, just Jensen view. If you were to build a 1-story here and this builder had a 2-story home, that 2-story property is going to be looking over into your pool. And my clients already have voiced that they don't want that. If it is a 1-story ranch, they want a 1-story on the other side. So what I think is cool is this spot right here, block 19. Block 19, lots 4 and 5. They have this green area buffer, and I believe that's where the mailboxes are going to be. But this buffer here is going to put nobody behind them. So if they built on 4 or 5, if we can find a floor plan that works, That might be the best 2 lots in the entire neighborhood that are available. But we gotta walk in here real quick, see if this floor plan even makes sense, because they've alluded to it making sense, but let's see what it looks like in person. Okay, so we kind of came in through the sales office, but this is the front door. They did express interest in a wider hallway. Obviously, a couple bedrooms over here. The guest bedrooms are gonna be extremely important to them. And yes, this is exactly what they talked about. They talked about a large island that overlooks, large doors that overlook the pool and the lanai area. And here's an office, or it could be a den. This is great. This, I think, is appealing, and this may be something that would be a strong contender for them based off of what they told me. Probably need to get some video of this place, some really good video of this place, and send it to them, because this might work. Oh, and another office area. So there's a lot of rooms here. Let's take a look at the lanai. Okay, interesting. So I do believe these might not be as deep of lots, but this right here is what I would call a cocktail pool. Smaller pool. It beats not having a pool. I don't know how much this pool costs to do, but if it is in their price range, and if we get somewhere around the mark of 500,000, it would make Ron really, really happy. But my guess is this place still had CDD fees, and we're trying to get rid of the CDD fees, or at least get low fees. So we got to do some more research for them. But this is definitely a contender. Let's take a quick look at that shower and see if this, in the master, see if it's big enough. Oh, wow. You know what? They talked about this on the floor plan. They talked about this pass-through, how much they liked it. This is a pass-through to this closet. Come on here, Brett. Take a look at this. This is wild. So this comes right into the master. And this is a little bit bigger shower than they, I think, would like. They said they didn't need to have it like half of the bathroom. This is a nice large shower, but I don't think they would complain once they got here and saw this in person. Yes, okay. This checks a lot of boxes. What do we have here? We have the right square footage, 3 bedrooms, 2 bath. We have an office. We have a beautiful ensuite. We have a pass-through to laundry. We have the island that's facing the right direction. Beautiful lanai, pool. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. We're gonna take you to one more place though. One more place, and we gotta find the perfect house. So far, what's your favorite? 1 or 2? The first one we went into, or the second one? And you might wanna hold that vote, because there's gonna be a 3. But let's go take a look. So those floor plans over there worked, and I do believe there's a floor plan here that works for them as well. But this might give them the best of both worlds, because they had an interest in the 55 and over, and they liked the idea of Del Webb, but it was just too far out in Parrish. Here, you're gonna land in Apollo Beach. You're gonna be close to where they need to be for both of them. You're gonna check a lot of boxes, because Carrie ultimately wants new, and Ron ultimately wants to be under 500. So I think we should go check this out. Considering that community clubhouse is opening at the end of the year, that might satisfy even the pool option if we need to. So while this might be the perfect scenario for Ron and Carrie, I don't know yet. I'm gonna cross all this by them, but they are looking for a 2,000 square foot ranch, 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And when I stopped in the sales office, I looked at this, and this particular floor plan, you can get right under 500,000. That was huge, because that was a big thing for them. Here's the problem. They want a pool. That was a must. So they have a pool across the street over at the community center, but I think they actually want their backyard oasis. And a pool here is gonna cost you anywhere from, I don't know, $70,000 to $100,000. So that's gonna put them over their 500,000 threshold. So I don't know if this works perfectly, but it is pretty good considering the requirements. At the end of the day, the floor plan looks good on paper, but does it look good in person? And first view, absolutely. This is exactly what they're looking for. They're looking for a large island. They're looking for a nice kitchen that opens up into the family room. Obviously, this is a ranch, so they have a first floor primary suite. They have a couple rooms for their guests. And most important, they want the lifestyle. So they want the big doors. They want the doors that slide away. They want the covered lanai. They want to be able to put the outdoor kitchen in. And they ultimately want a pool. This pool here with a step down and a waterfall edge, this one's going to probably be a little bit more than what I was quoting at 70 to 100,000. But you get the idea. A nice view, nice pool, outdoor sitting area, and of course, the outdoor kitchen. I know Ron will thank me for this. Outdoor kitchen, right, Ron? This is what's going to be most important. Let's see if the master works. Let's see if the primary suite works for them, because they were looking for something particular there. They wanted the shower to be a certain size, and that was another one of the requirements. Everything else here works. Okay, you know what's funny is I think tray ceilings are great. I love the tray ceilings. I love the architectural details. Ron didn't care. When I talked to them about what they wanted, like tray ceilings and crown molding, he didn't care as much. They want a nice house. Obviously, like I said, Carrie is looking for new, ideally, and Ron is looking for price. We're looking at the right house. 500,000 with a pool would be ideal, but hey, I'm gonna cross this by them and see if this is a good fit. Yep, this works. Everything they explained to me with the shower. They want the door. They do want a normal shower head. They might consider a rain head shower, but they wanted something that was big enough, not feel like they're cramped, but they didn't need something too big. They didn't need like to take up half the bathroom. It was kind of a waste of space for them. And of course, nice closet. I don't think either of them would argue with a nice closet. This is ultimately a contender. The price point's right, and I can't wait to show them. Ron and Carrie haven't made the move yet. I think mentally they may have, but I think they're close. They're really close. What I think they learned through this process so far is Florida isn't a one-size-fits-all place. And the right spot sometimes will surprise you. Everyone has a different view of what paradise looks like to them, and sometimes the couples tend to disagree on what that vision looks like as well. Sometimes we have to satisfy being between two different cities or two different lifestyles. In this case, I do believe we nailed it. If you want somebody that's going to listen to what your needs are and really make sense of it all for you, you could be on the next episode of Tampa Unpacked.